Good day, everybody. I have heard Gordon's Fisherman and Garden Gnome. So that's what I've heard. We're getting close to Christmas here. Today's the 21st of December, Saturday. Today's going to be the Castaic real estate update. Day of the week, Saturday. Day of year, 356. Week of year, 51. And today's the 21st. It is a leap year, by the way. Let's get into Santa Clarita overview for the entire market, and then we'll talk about Castaic specifically. Right now, 456 listings on the market currently in Santa Clarita Valley, 216 properties that are actually under contract and pending. And then, of course, we have 40 that have sold here in the last 7 days in all of Santa Clarita Valley. That's not unusual this time of year, nothing to be shocked about. In fact, we're looking at next year being modest gains in real estate. Nothing's probably going to blow through the roof. And we're also going to have that higher competition rate as we get into February and March for both on the selling side and also the buying side. So Castaic specifically, $649,000 on the low end, to 1.3 million on the high end as far as houses for sale. You can go to Santa Clarita Open Houses.com and see all of those. I actually have a no branded, no advertising. You're going to get this irritating pop up because, Ninja searching for real estate, you don't want anybody to know who you are. That's great. You're going to see a pop up come up occasionally, but there's no registration at Santa Clarita Open Houses. Looking at the market data, after that range, we have average price per square foot in Castaic, $571. Typical bedrooms, bathrooms, 3-2. That's the very normal configuration of residential real estate for sale currently in Castaic. And days on market ranges from 10 to 107 days. If you see a property that's been on the market 30, 40 or more days and they have not experienced a price reduction, I wouldn't be concerned writing an offer for less than asking price, but you do want to back that up with comparables. So besides just throwing an offer together on anything, anytime you're going to come under listing price, and even at listing price, I would suggest to put together, have your agent put together, like I do for my clients, a comparable spreadsheet so that those particular sellers get to look at it and understand your thought process. You're not just trying to take their property from them without giving them what it's worth. Huge value there. A lot of sellers really discount the agents that are writing those offers that are coming in, and they're asking, number one, for massive money in commission to be paid by the seller. So watch out for that. And number two, they don't have any backing for the offer that they're writing. Let's say your house is for sale for $1 million, but the comparables are showing 950 maximum for apples to apples comparison, same exact type of property, same exact configuration, located maybe even on the same street, that sold the last 3 or 4 months ago. Not real long, but is where that value needs to come in at, and that's what the agent should be putting together, not just with the regular offer, but also with the way that they're going to approach it. And believe you me, the seller has their own agent on the other side. What you're going to find out is the agent that works for the seller, they're not going to be shy sharing that information with the seller, especially if it wasn't that pricing because they overpromised the seller trying to achieve a different result. So watch out for that. You can find these listings and what properties are worth online, but I would suggest that you look online and then also call your local agent and say, listen, Connor, I'm looking at this house at this particular location. What do you believe that value would be? And even though I haven't seen it, I can probably get pretty close. Looking at the property, of course, that's really where, when I'm working for my buyers, that's when I'm able to provide true value, because I've not only walked the property, I've looked under the sinks, I've looked at whatever damage, I've looked at the electrical, I've looked at things that I just know enough about to get my clients better protected, and then we can make offers accordingly if in fact something needs to change in the future with regard to the property, and maybe there has to be some kind of an update from a health and safety perspective. That's good to know. So looking at the financing accepted in Castaic, we have cash, conventional offers, FHA, and then in that order VA loans. We see this recent sold trends the last 60 days, and single family residences that have sold mostly between 800 and 1.3 million. If we look at the listing price to sales price ratio, just about 100%. So those properties that are listed for sale at those prices, they're dead on when they actually get sold. Now, that doesn't include the properties that have had price reductions during that process of escrow, but at the end, there hasn't been an adjustment at all from the actual listed price at the date of sale whenever they go under contract to the final end result. So it's fantastic. Let me throw this out to you. If you go to SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com, I did put together some searches for general real estate. And it's very simple. You go there, you can click on communities, or you can just punch in a city name. Let's say you don't see it on the community list anywhere in Southern California. So let's say Los Angeles is your thing. Let's say the city of San Fernando is your thing, or Granada Hills, or Silmar, or Tahunga, or wherever you're looking. You're going to see every listing advertised there for sale, not just open houses. So while it is Santa Clarita Open Houses, that's the brand, because I do figure that here in the next 2025, we're going to see open houses become a critical part of the sales process, where traditionally they're used by agents in order to try to build their client base. Right now, we're probably going to see open houses really change the game. And if you have an agent that's sitting on their duff inside the door, not doing anything as people are coming in, and I don't mean they have to go up to them and pressure them and say, you want to buy the house? Let me, here's the contract. They can back up a little bit and they can say, the seller actually preparation to get their house put on the market. They had the roof walked by a general contractor to make sure all the paper was intact. They had those concrete tiles moved and put back in position because, over years, small bit of earthquake here and there caused tiles to either break or move, and the heat, the differentiation in causes those tiles to break. So they had that inspected. They just had somebody clean out all of their duct work. They had that all hygienically prepared for the sale, and things like that. That's really helpful for buyers when they're looking at residences, because if the agent at the open house isn't doing that open house, they might as well just look at it online and not even walk into it. So the agent hosting should be honoring the people, not by pressuring and telling them how great they are and that they all have kind faces. Tell them something about the residence that isn't going to be available online. Something that you as a seller have educated your agent because they did that walkthrough. They raised this room. This is where their first son was born. This is here. This is there. It really helps the sales process, and it definitely makes that agent very memorable. I'm Connor with Honor. Thank you so much for watching today's real estate update. It's Castaic, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Acton and Agua Dulce Sundays. Don't forget Mondays for Valencia, Tuesdays Stevenson Ranch, and we just continue city by city throughout Santa Clarita Valley. For each of these posts, I do a complete for each of these articles, and I do put in the real estate data besides what I've talked about. I do put in all the numbers that I compiled each and every morning to get prepared to these specific video shows. I'm Connor with Honor. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.